Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brady Pub. Marlena, Kayla, and Kate get together to toast to another Salem holiday season and talk about their incredibly eventful year. They take a seat and carry on drinking. Kayla recommends angels, and Kate thinks they should all have matching tattoos to remember their trip to paradise. At that moment, Roman appears from behind and Steve and John walk in. They examine their pasts while seated together. Steve remembers keeping an eye on John back when he was the pawn. Without Steve's help, John couldn't imagine where he would be now. Is John going to have another "It's a Wonderful Life" moment? Steve starts to play his harmonica while John and Marlena carry on talking about his early years in Salem. He is taken back to the day he gave Marlena a charm bracelet with the birthdays of all her kids on it. She comments on the bracelet in real time, and they all agree that it's incredible that they are still together after all these years. Please pardon, a yodeling reference. While the women carry on sipping martinis, the men decide they need some beer. Kate suddenly finds that her wedding band is missing. John chokes on the pie when she mentions that she was preparing pies, really? And expresses concern that someone might choke on it. They are taken back to when Roman first put the ring on her finger. When Roman asks for assistance wrapping presents, Steve and Kayla are reminded of their early years. She remembers how terrifying Victor was and how much she feared for her life. A flashback showed Kayla dressed as Santa Claus. John adds that Victor carried that knowledge with him to his grave, knowing everything about his background. John has 11 origin stories, so he's okay with not knowing the specifics of his own. Throughout this conversation, did anyone else notice Steve's peculiar expression? Paulina and Channel are shopping at the last minute in Horton Square. Paulina gasps for air and has to sit down while Channel talks about how exhausted her mother has been lately. Channel wants her to consult the doctor because she is concerned. She demands they head directly to the emergency room after she detects a lump in her mother's neck. Johnny and Holly talk about all the places their family members have gone during the holidays in the living room of Demira Mansion. Did Nicole leave Holly alone? Although Johnny is aware of Nicole's and EJ's struggles, he still wants to know how she is doing. Holly requests that they watch It's a Wonderful Life together. After he claims he's going to Channels to watch it, Holly realizes she will be spending her birthday by herself. Shocked that he forgot, Johnny pledges to brighten her special day a little. When Johnny says, "Grub dash," a cake shows up right away. Holly expresses gratitude and mentions that she turned 17. This states legal age of consent. This specific revelation pisses Johnny off, so he takes action. Channel calls him right immediately to inform him about her mother. After telling Holly, Johnny hastily leaves. Holly tries to watch It's a Wonderful Life, but she finds it difficult to focus. When she sees the bottles of liquor, she chooses to take a sip. She sips and says, "Happy birthday" to herself. Holly picks up the vibe fast and starts crafting text messages for Johnny. "I love you" is how she closes her very long text message. She realizes her mistake before sending it, but she chooses not to erase it. Johnny shows up at University Hospital's lobby to meet Paulina and Channel. He promptly gets her into an exam room by using his Demira connections. Channel meets Johnny back in the lobby after helping Paulina get situated. Another time Johnny spent the holidays in the hospital, he remembers. He tells Channel about his childhood disease and the surgery that followed. We never discuss Johnny's artificial eye. He receives a call from Holly just then. Johnny notices Holly's infatuation right away. She calls him a jerk, breaks a glass by accident, and hangs up. Channel instructs Johnny to visit Holly. Johnny is reluctant to part from her, but Channel persists, and he gives in. When Johnny gets home, Holly is unconscious on the couch, and there is shattered glass all over the place. She apologizes for the glass after he wakes her up. She returns to sleep, and Johnny puts a blanket over her. Channel calls him right then and asks about Holly. Channel asks Paulina to contact Aid while they are hanging out. Paulina says she'll be up and about in time to host Christmas celebrations tomorrow, because she doesn't want to worry him. Julie calls Roman to place an impromptu pie order. He continues by informing the group that Konstantin and Xander have been added to the Horton guest list. The news of the additions has not pleased anyone in the room. John seems strange to Marlena. He tells how all the historical discourse has caused him to become more aware of his own past. Days of Our Lives spoilers state that Holly Jonas was seen in the intensive care unit in a promo tape that was published a few months ago. Tate Black was seen being detained in that same promotional video. Is Tate's assistance in splitting Johnny DiMera and Channel Dupree a risky plan that goes awry? Let's talk about what might happen with this plot as you continue to read. According to Duo spoilers, Holly has been obsessed with Johnny ever since she moved to Salem. Johnny is not only unavailable, but also considerably older than Holly. Holly and Johnny are now step-siblings after the marriage of EJ and Nicole Walker DiMera. Holly recognizes that there's something ick about this, but she finds it difficult to let go of her affections for Johnny. Tate is really smitten with Holly. Despite knowing this, Holly continues to include Tate in her plans to split up Janelle. Tate has already made a number of significant chances that might come back to haunt him. Holly will manipulate Tate more and more as she grows more desperate. According to teasers on Days of Our Lives, Holly has already taken drugs. That appears to be continuing at a rapid pace. But a teaser for Days of Days 2024 revealed Holly in the intensive care unit. After that, Tate is taken into custody. The idea of a kid spending Christmas alone has already been hinted at. Is she the same Holly who sets up a false overdose to entice Johnny to abandon Channel and run in to save her? Might this dangerous plan backfire and cause Holly to actually overdose on drugs? Tate's parents are at odds right now over what will happen to him. Theresa Donovan and Brady Black can't decide whether to put Tate back in boarding school. Naturally, the arrest of Tate will put an end to any preparations to return him to boarding school. Tate will undoubtedly be held accountable for enabling Holly to overdose. Tate is most likely innocent, but proving it could be difficult. What do you suppose will cause Holly to be placed on life support? Will Holly devise a plan that has a disastrous outcome? Is Tate's arrest related to Holly's narrative in the intensive care unit? How is Nicole going to handle Holly's medical emergency? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Don't forget to keep watching Peacock's soap opera to see what happens next. We wish Boatman and Dizen all the best as they embark on their adventure as Ava's parents, as they are now embracing the most significant position they have to date: parents. Many of Boatman's Days co-stars congratulated him after he shared his announcement on Instagram and provided updates on his new baby. Under Boatman's post, there were kind comments from Eric Martsolf, Galen Gearing, Dan Fiorigel, Raven Bowens, and Brandon Barish. Congratulations were also expressed by Lindsay Godfrey, Stacey Hyduck, Lucas Adams, Allison Sweeney, and Greg Vaughn. Thanks for watching if you liked this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.